It's happening a lot lately. Buyers are getting really nervous when they walk into homes with mold, or sellers are looking to put their home on the market, or homeowners simply find something in their home that looks like it could be mold. First off, it can be expensive to remediate this. Let's talk about ways to make sure it doesn't happen.
The best way to avoid mold is to have adequate ventilation in your home.
Adequate ventilation.
What you want to do, and I know it's not going to be pleasant, but get yourself up into your attic and take a look and see if you can see a ridge vent. And the ridge is the absolute peak of your attic, and you'll see the main support beam. But there you should see a 4-inch swath cut, basically the length of that ridge. So that, and then on top of it, there should be a ridge vent, which is a lot like a scrunchie that you clean your pots and pans with. So it's permeable. It allows air to flow through there, but it has to come from somewhere. So you want to look for soffit vents as well. So you can do that. Look down in the soffit and turn the light off. See if you can see any light coming through. If not, you probably don't have soffit vents, or they may be blocked, and you can take care of that if it's blocked very easily just by putting in those styrofoam baffles. What you need air entering through those soffit vents, traveling up through the bay, carrying out the humidity, and exiting through your ridge vent. If you see up there as well that you have gable vents, in addition to that, get a piece of plywood or styrofoam and just cover them up. They don't need to be removed. You don't want to confuse the airflow by having conflicting air patterns. So if you have soffit vents and a ridge vent, close up those gable vents.
Okay. Number 2? What do you suggest number 2?
Every home in New England should have a self-draining dehumidifier in the basement, because people don't realize it, but they're concrete. It's actually porous.
Sure.
And humidity wicks right through there. Most of the humidity in a house starts in your basement. So get it and set it at 40% relative humidity. It won't run all the time, but whenever your relative humidity in your basement exceeds 40%, at that time it will cycle on and will cycle off once it's gotten down there. The reason I say 40% is the EPA guideline is they state very clearly that if you get your relative humidity down to 50% or below and maintain it that way 24/7, 365, mold has insufficient moisture with which to grow. Now, the humidistats in those dehumidifiers are notoriously inaccurate, so I go for a margin of safety. I set it at 40%.
Yeah, that's great. Makes sense.
So, what about tip number 3? What do you got for us?
Tip number 3, go out and look at your gutters and make sure that they are extended 4 feet away from your basement, from your foundation. Otherwise, the water will just follow down the foundation.
We see it all the time. And
come back up, either through a crack or add to that humidity.
I'm guilty of that, just so you know.